What's going on, everybody? It is Kings and Dreams back for another video. Happy Thursday. Good vibes, good energy. Let me just address the elephant in the room really quick. I did go live yesterday. There were some things that I personally did not like. That was a part of that live, so I removed that video. I want positive energy and I want people to have mature conversations without talking at each other, talking to each other. That's why I pulled the video down from last night. So if you haven't seen it, that's the reason why. All right, now we moving forward. Great topic tonight. I'm almost a year in on my YouTube channel. I got one of the most popular YouTubers, and I actually happen to know him personally. Went to high school together, broke bread together, did a lot of things together. A lot of things. And we are going to have a great conversation tonight. We are going to talk about the difference between a blue collar high value man as opposed to a white collar high value man. I would consider myself a white collar high value man, or at least a Henry, and I would consider Flyboy a blue collar high value man. Talk about the differences and the similarities, and also the black man's guide to high value. So, without further ado, let me bring my brother on this panel, the
Yo, yo, yo,
Flyboy
yo.
Way. What's going on, brother?
Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy FRE, dollar sign H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's TheFlyBoy. Don't X Y. Just check out the channel. What's going on? What's going on? Kings and Dreams. What it do, man?
What's going on, man? What's going on, man? I'm almost a year in on this YouTube thing, and people, you
Listen.
know, you know, first of all, for those of you guys who don't know, Flyboy is the one who actually inspired me to start my YouTube channel. And wherever we would travel, he would either have his phone out, his camera out, and I'm just like, wow, like, why do you need to do all that? Now that I'm in this YouTube space, I completely understand why he does that. Why he does that. And like he and I are like, it's so funny. He and I would really be like, we'll have a conversation. We'll, after the conversation that he and I have, camera out. Camera out, phone
Facts.
out. Yeah, it's like that, man. Interestingly enough, people think that I think people don't realize that your personality online is your personality in real life. So I'm actually going to talk about a story, and maybe you don't remember, but it was freshman year. It was freshman year. We went to Liberty Science Center, and afterwards, we had like a dance battle. We had a dance battle, and Flyboy's killing it. He's killing it. The whole freshman class went in to Liberty Science, and afterwards we came back, and this is when like we had the boom box, the speaker, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Flyboy had this boom box speaker, so he's playing music loud or whatever. You know what I mean? So we got some of the females dancing, some of the guys doing a little bit of dance or whatever. And so we ended up getting back early. So right after the trip, everybody was getting ready to go home. But we we all were still hanging out. We were all kind of enjoying the vibe. We just came from the trip. We had a great time. So Flyboy's in there, pop locking, dancing, all that. I'm like, okay, let's go. Yeah, man. So I just say all that to say that Flyboy has always had a jovial personality,
Big
and
facts.
always like that. So I would say our friendship is kind of yin and yang because I'm more intense and you're more jovial. You
Right.
know,
I
yeah,
can do with it. That makes a little
right,
sense.
absolutely, man. So topic of today. Well, before we get to the topic of today, I need everybody to smash the like button, but also wish my brother from another mother happy birthday. Today is Flyboy's birthday. So definitely make sure that you give my brother from another mother happy birthday. Like the video, share the video, and make sure that you subscribe because I'm 7 away from 500 subscribers. I need that community tab. Hold your boy down. Make sure that you are supporting this video. All right.
You know, this whole time I had this thing on a private chat. I couldn't even see all the messages. But what's going on, everybody? I see everybody in the room. Global Paper in the building. What it do? Garden. I'm from Newark. New Jersey. And yeah, PB and Louis, my brother, man. That's my homie. Like my brother Mel and PB and Louis, they brothers, and that Mel's my brother. So we've known each other for like 15 something years, man.
Absolutely, man. Let me jump into these comments really quickly. Shout out to Felicia Jordan, my moderator, definitely holding me down. Welcome everyone to the channel. Please wipe your feet at the door. Yes, make sure that you are wiping your feet at the door. As I mentioned earlier, like the video, share the video. All right, let's see. Yes, make sure that you are subscribing. Garden Scientist, yo, what's going on, man? This is my man right here. He's actually from Newark too. He lives out in LA, man. Garden Scientist is my guy, man. Man's Daily Advice and Encouragement Channel. What's up, man? What's going on, brother? What is going on? Global Paper, Brazil or Die. Models and bottles for life. Investments or die. Yes, absolutely. Got to make sure that you are investing. For those of you all who don't know, officially yesterday, I ended my corporate career, and thankfully I have invested well, man. So investments or die. Content game is bananas. I don't know, man. Flyboy is some tough competition. Hey, Jermon, what's going on? Kings and Dreams and Felicia and Flyboy Wade, Global Paper, Garden Scientist. Salute to you. Absolutely, man. Shoe game is bananas. Yeah, man. I actually found Global Paper on Facebook, and he's in a Facebook group with the Travel Bros. So his Adidas game is up, but I don't know about your Jordan game. I don't know, man. My Jordan game is up there, brother. It's definitely up there, man. Flyboy, where are you from? We have a few mutual friends on IG. PBM, Louis. Yeah. Flyboy is from Newark, man. Flyboy is from Newark. Yes, sir, man.
Global Paper. He lucky. He lucky I'm not in Miami.
Hold on.
He lucky I'm not in Miami.
Hold on. So we could get a better view. Okay.
He's so lucky I'm not in Miami.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Hold on. He's so lucky I'm not in Miami.
That's what we doing. We flexing right now. Let's get it going.
I'm just saying. I just wanted to say Global Paper is so lucky I'm not in Miami, but I'll be in Miami next week. Going down to celebrate. Global Paper so lucky I'm not in Miami.
Ooh, he came out with the Dior. Okay, birthday boy is on one. He said, "Hold up, I'm coming out with the Dior vibe right now." All right. Let's see. Man, yes, man, definitely, man. Happy birthday to Flyboy. Definitely make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Flyboy Way, TheFlyBoy WAY. Don't ask why. Just check out the channel. See, I memorized that. See, and I did that live. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Let's get the likes up. Yes, for sure. My man Global Paper in the building. Yeah, those Dior's are pretty nice, man. That's nice, man. All right, so now let's get into the topic here.
Okay.
So, what do you consider a high value man?
Okay, so I'm a business accountant, business accountant graduate from college, and what I've learned is that when it comes to value, what you truly value is the customer. So, in other words, I consider something high value that sells or is marketed for high value. I consider myself a high value. No, not really, but I consider myself a high value man because of the fact that um, the people who I'm around, not just women, but men, kids, older folks, they value being around me and value wanting my time. So that's why I consider my value. Now, yes, the money adds to it, the personality adds to it, but because of who I am, my time for a lot of people is valuable. So I think that's what makes you valuable. Now, I think somewhere along the lines it gets confusing with people because they think that the money determines whether or not you're high value, but money doesn't always determine your high valueness. Because if you have all the money in the world, but you have no personality, you have bad character, you don't have good flow, you don't have good things going for you, and most importantly, the people don't value you, then your value isn't high no matter how much money you make. But me personally, I feel as though I am of a high value man because of the reactions I have with people. So I would consider what a high value means is not determined by what you have, but how other people perceive you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then another thing that you touched on the money, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that is a point that is missed. Yes, you have to have money to be high value, but as you mentioned, people around you have to view you as being high value because you could be a billionaire, but if you don't have good social skills, you don't have a good network around you, you don't have people that actually value your time, you are just a high earner. You're not high value.
Good point.
There is a big difference. The money does play a part, but there's such a big difference in being high value. So my next question to you, Flyboy. Now, you have been working with your company, you've invested well, and I would consider you to be a blue collar, high value man. And
Blue collar in the sense of the job that I have is more like a hands-on job,
correct, right,
intellectual job. Okay, I can see that.
right. So do you think that do you think that um with your job title, do you think that blue collar high volume men are underappreciated?
I can't speak for everyone, but I don't think I am. I don't think at
Okay.
the career that I work at or the job that I work at is because the job I work at, people men and women consider that to be a job that is good for a long term career. And because for those that don't know, I work at FedEx, but because I work at FedEx, I feel as though a lot of people want like when it comes. First of all, let's start. When it comes to relationships, because everyone says that. When it comes to women, women want a man that works at a job like FedEx because it shows consistency. It
Mhm.
shows it's a career that's going to most likely be around for the rest of the times. It's a job that won't
Right.
be shaky, it won't fire. So a woman feels comfortable and values a man who works in this. I feel as though my opinion, it's my perspective. I'm not a woman, but from my perspective, from a male, I feel as though women value a man who works in positions like FedEx, UPS, maybe post office, stuff that has a name that everybody knows because of the fact that they know, okay, this guy is going to have a job for a long period of time and he is consistent. If women want consistency in their life, they're going to go for, I feel as though, a blue collar worker. More so, in my opinion, because in my opinion, when you work like a white collar job, there and it's more based on intellect and more based on how you do, there's more likely probability of you being let go. You know what I'm saying? So women see a man who works in a job like this as more security, and I feel as though 90 to 95% of the women want security first.
That's a great point. So with UPS, FedEx, DHL, USPS, those type of jobs, you could be at that company 15, 20, 30 years or what have you. So the consistency is there. And I believe that you've been with your company at least over 20 years, right? Or about 20 years.
I'll be at 20 years in November of my career because I started, mind you, I've been working since I was 14. I'm
Yeah.
30. I'm 38 today, but I've been working since I was 14. So 14 plus 20, 24 years is 38. So I've been working for 24 years at FedEx since I was 18. But like I said, my during the course of that time as a blue collar worker, it allowed me to when I didn't have to exhaust my brain thinking capabilities, I was
Mhm.
able to learn about other ways of making it. So I wouldn't be fall into the category which I believe 65% of people, or maybe 75% of people in the United States live
Yeah.
because I had more time to think about what else I could do. So I tried music. I did music for a little bit. That wasn't what I really wanted. The YouTube thing started off slow, but we see where we're at now. I also invested in real estate. I also invested in stocks. I had a 401k because they my company matched my 401k. So I feel as though being a blue collar worker would it allowed me to focus my energy on not having to work and having to be a blue collar worker forever because I didn't have to exhaust my mind on a lot of like figuring out numbers and doing stuff that sometimes white collar workers have to focus on.
Right. No, it's a great point. That's a great point. And having that consistency, I think that that's really important. So, from my standpoint, and from what I have experienced, being a white collar working in the corporate world, right? My most recent position, I was working for a biotech company. What I have seen is that women who typically shoot for high value men, they seem to go for the Wall Street guy, and the man that has the electric company don't know that he owns the electric company, but they may see him driving a van. They may see the white collar guy driving a Mercedes or a BMW, so they automatically assume that the white collar guy has more than the blue collar guy. That's been my experience.
Oh, see, I gotta work this. Oh, okay. So w- there sometimes is a misconception to uh, the majority versus the minority of women.
Hmm.
Is my opinion, my perspective.
Hmm.
A lot of the women that will go after the guys who are who seemingly have the money to be at the top
Hmm.
aren't necessarily the same women who are monetarily or stability wise in a position of strength. The reason why my belief is this is because the women that I've met along the way who are lawyers, who are nurses, who are people who make over, let's say, 100,000, women like that, they don't technically want a guy who works at a big industry because they understand they make enough money. They want something that's more consistent. So when you say like a lot of women want the white collar, wealthy looking stockbroker or something like that,
Right,
I
correct.
don't feel as though that's the majority of successful women. I feel as though that's um a fraction of the women, and I'm trying to mince my words correctly, but I believe that's a fraction of the women who aspire to be more than where they're at, but currently they're not at where that person in their collar is. So basically, it'll be a woman, not just talking about economically. It'll be a woman who's economically down here, and there'd be a lot of women that's economically down here that shoot for this right here. But the women that are up here, they shoot for this down here because they want the stability. They got the money already. And I feel as though that is what I feel as though is a little difference from what you're saying.
Hold on. Let me jump into the comments. I just see a comment here. Um, Shout out to Tarot Destroyer. What do you call a black man who had a fight with his white girlfriend? Homeless. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, that's is he assuming that all white women are wealthy and have
Yeah, yeah. You're gonna have to add some
some
context to that
context to
one.
it?
Absolutely. Okay, he said, "Well said, Flyboy." Yeah, I mean, so from my point of view, I always think of hypergamy, and I will say maybe there is a little bit of a balance, if you will, where you have the FedEx worker, the excuse me, the UPS, USPS, DHL, those type of jobs dealing with a woman that may be a doctor or a lawyer, nurse practitioner, if you
Mhm.
will. Now, because as you mentioned, consistency, I would say that's really kind of the strong talking point because consistency is key. Because if there is no consistency, and as I mentioned with hypergamy, like women want to know that they are going to be taken care of, and as they should.
Okay. All right. They got a different opinion. I don't know. I know a lot of people focus and think it's that women want to be taken care of. Sometimes it is, but I think it's more women. And I'm not a woman, so women, if I'm wrong, maybe Miss Felicia Jordan could tell me, or maybe if I'm wrong or something. But I
Oh,
believe
Felicia gonna tell you.
I believe I believe women want a guy who's predictable, and consistency comes with predictable. They don't want a guy who's out of nowhere just going to be like, um, oh, I don't want to be with you no more. I'm going to go smash this other chick, or I'm going to leave this whole situation. I don't want to be around kids. You had kids. I don't want to be here. And I don't think it's what did you say? Thing what did you say again? The
Oh,
word?
hypergamy.
No, the other word. They want a guy. Basically, women want a guy who's predictable because
Yeah, consistent.
right. I don't feel as though they want a guy who's going to support them. That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Because a lot of women don't really need support because they're good, not financially, just financially, mentally they're good, but they want a guy who they know if they invest in this guy, they're not going to end up looking horrible. Because here's the whole thing: like if they start investing in a lot of bad guys, if women start, here's what I mean by that: if women start investing in a lot of bad guys, and then they get a name for having a lot of different guys because each guy they invested was a bad investment. Well, nobody really wants a key. I mean, a lock that any key can open. They want a lock that there's only one key that can open it. And if they keep investing their time in these guys who are not predictable, who are not able to, like you said, consistency, then that looks bad on them. So I think women prefer a guy who's consistent than a guy who can support them because consistency matters more in the long term. Or
Okay.
you know what I mean? So that's a difference.
All right. So I think the word that we both were looking for just popped up in my head is reliable.
Reliable is a good word too. Yeah, that's good too. Reliable is good. Yes, I can see reliable.
Okay. All right. And Felicia
Versus,
just said
versus
facts.
versus supportive versus supportive. Like I think reliable and supportive is two different terminologies.
Right. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So now what would you say for you um is a guide of how a blue collar man can be high value? Now, before you answer, I would say for you, you've been at your job about 20 plus years, you've invested well, you have a property in Miami. I know that we've had conversations about you getting an international property. I don't know if you have said it on your channel about where publicly, so I don't want to say it. But
It's Mexico.
oh, okay, okay, cool. All right, I wasn't sure, so you know
No,
what I mean.
I made a video.
Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. I might have missed that one. Flyboy, you have a lot of videos, so I try to watch as much as I can. But yeah, so okay. So now how can a blue collar man build himself up to be high value?
Okay, now when I'm speaking of blue collar man, let me preface the fact that I'm talking about I can only speak as a black man. I can only speak
Right.
as a blue collar black man from the United States, not in
Yes.
New Jersey in particular, but basically United States. So this may not be applicable for United Kingdom. This may not be applicable for other countries in South America, Europe, or any other China or anywhere else. But I feel as though it's applicable for the United States.
Okay.
As a blue collar man, if you want to be high valued, you have to be first financially educated, because there's I heard one guy say it's like life is basically like a pyramid, right? And you have different layers to the pyramid. The foundation, you have the middle, and you have the top. Of course, you can break it down way more, but I'm just gonna put it briefly: foundation, the middle, the top. At the base, the foundation, the most important thing is mental. You mentally have to be able to control your emotions, control your actions, and not overthink or overreact to things that happen in your life. Because without that mental stability, everything else tumbles over. Without that foundation of mental stability, everything else tumbles over. Then you have to be physically stable, meaning that you don't have to be in the best shape. You don't have to be all six pack out. You don't have to, but you have to be physically able to function. I was watching about a video, and we're go off a little bit. I was watching about a video, and I've been watching this video about this guy, David, and his wife in the Philippines, and how much stuff everything's going on, and it looks so dope. And he's not physically able to move around and stuff, and his wife does everything there for him. And it made me think about the emphasis on how physically you have to be able to do that. So now you got the mental, you got the physical, and now the top layer. And all three have to be coincide. First mental, then physical, and then it has to be financial. You have to be financially sound before you can consider yourself a time. Now, financially sound doesn't mean you have a lot of money, because there's a lot of people, a lot of a money that are not financially sound. They're making $100,000 a year, they're spending $200,000 a year. You have to be able to be financially sound so that you yourself can not only just afford to live your life yourself, but you have to be able to have a future mind state and be financially educated enough to know that whatever you're doing now is not going to last forever. There's going to be a point where you would need to have some kind of passive income if you want to survive when your physical no longer works the way it once worked, or when your mental no longer works the way it once worked, because everything is a pyramid. It works all together. So if you want to be a blue collar high value man, you have to focus on yourself, and those three aspects are mental, physical, financial.
I completely agree with that one. I think that what is lost, especially in our community, the Black community, the mental health aspect. The mental health is so important because a lot of us, just to be transparent here, we grew up in single parent homes. Men, we grow up emotional, not in touch with our emotions, and we overreact. Again, not all of us, right? So, but what I'm saying is typically when you hear about stories or you see stories about a black man that is acting out, typically it's from a single parent home. And the mental health aspect, getting that therapy, actually surrounding yourself with people that will help uplift you, people that will help bring you up. That's extremely important. The physical, as you mentioned, don't have to have a 6 pack or 8 pack, but you have to be physically capable to move around, or at least do your darn best to. The financial, when the mental and physical is leveled out, you can get to the financial. Now, as you mentioned, you don't have to be rich, you don't have to be a millionaire, you don't have to be a billionaire. But if you are fiscally responsible, it will all layer out. And I like how you kind of put like that triangle perspective. So me being a Lakers fan, shout out to Phil Jackson, the triangle offense. So like that was what popped up in my head anyway. So, but in all seriousness, like I think that how you laid it out is extremely important. The mental, the physical, and the fiscal, financial.
Yo, shout out to Razor Rays in the building. Razor Rays. I wanted to touch on one thing you had mentioned a little bit off it, but I want to touch on it. I keep telling you guys, I always try to say this. I always try to say this before I go into my soliloquy. As a black man in the United States, you should not, because you can, but you should not. You should understand that. Whether you should understand that the way you are going to be treated in this United States that we live in, which is what it is, you have to have a hard shell. A lot of people, a lot of people will say, "Oh, men always hold back their emotions. Men aren't able to really express themselves." But as a black man in the United States, if you do not hold on to your emotions, it will cost you way more than any other ethnicity in the United States. That's why me personally, I used to laugh sometimes when people say, "Oh, stop, you gotta stop saying he's a boy, man, tell him to man up." Well, that may be applicable for other races, other ethnicities, other people in the United States, but you have to teach your son as a black man that you gotta man up. Because yes, I could say, "Oh, don't worry, come over here, baby, it's good," but that's not how the world's gonna treat you when you get older. That's not how the United States, rather, is gonna treat you when you get older. So a lot of people who I feel as though maybe, I don't know if it's as a majority as a single parent, a single household thing, as it is just a difference of raising your child. Like I feel as though maybe because in a multi-family father mother household, it's more likely that you'll not tell your kid, "Oh, just man up and take it and do that stuff." You'll be like, "Oh, how are you doing? Everything's okay? Oh, okay, you'll be better. It's okay." And I don't want to say baby, but you'll treat him in a different way because he comes from a different home. But the reason why it's a necessity in my mind to treat your son with the man up, do this. And sometimes you gotta get a little tough with your daughters too, but man up, do this. You fell, get up, walk it off. It's because when we're as parents, we're supposed to be preparing our children for the future. And if you don't do that, you're going to put them in a future where now they're reacting and doing what some of these other people are doing. Like, rest in peace to the people who died in Illinois. They're going out and they're just shooting people because they don't know how to handle their emotions. They can't. They don't know how to just brush it off and walk off when they're upset and they want to take it out on people. So I feel as though as black men, we have to raise our sons and daughters sometimes a different way in the United States than any other ethnicity.
Absolutely, man. And I agree. And with both of us having children who are around the same age, young children, young boys, we know as black men that the world is not going to be sensitive to us. So we do have to figure out how can we build that tough exterior with our children, but also figure out how can they understand and also be communicative with that. There is a balance because if you are too hard shell, then you may not necessarily know how to articulate and be sociable. I would say for us, as me specifically, what has made me be able to have that hard shell, but also be able to articulate is the fact that I come from a promotional background, and I would say you too because you were involved in the same promotional team as I was, for a few years. And I also think maybe just your overall general personality that you are jovial, you don't really let things dwell on you, and I've learned that from you, and I'm definitely have gotten a lot better at it because I would let things linger, and you would say, "Come on, Kings of Dreams, like you tripping, man, let that go," you know what I mean? But I would say with your personality to have that hard exterior, but also being able to articulate and being able to be sociable in this world, that's a great thing to have because a lot of brothers we don't have that balance, and I say we as us as a community. I have the balance, but there's some brothers that don't have the balance.
Right.
And then what say you? And then I'm gonna jump into some of the comments here.
Okay. No, I mean I agree with you fully with that. I agree with you fully. I feel as though yes, you do have to have the hard shell, but you have to also understand that you have to play a role in the society. If you don't play a role with the society, then the society doesn't treat you with the respect that they treat everybody else because you're not playing the role in society that you need to play. Now they don't have as black people they have roles for us, but we can branch out of the roles that they think that black people are doing. And I feel as though that's something that you just learn over time. I think everybody's personality is different. You really can't depict how to tell somebody how to have a personality, but it is good to at least try and see if you can socialize with the world because at the end of the day, you can be as great of a person as possible. If you can't socialize with people, no one ever see it. It will never benefit you.
Right. Absolutely. Shout out to Double R Razor Rays. He said, "What the hell is up, Flyboy and Kings? What's up, brother? What is going on?" Mr. Dacus, I agree. Thank you. Real talk, Flyboy. Jermon, my guy. All right, hold on. Oh wow, a lot of people have popped in here. Okay. Get your money in order. Abso-freaking-lutely, man. Cash flow is king. For sure, man. You need a solid income, whether passive or retirement. I agree with that one. I'm actually going to touch on that in a second. Maximize 3 levels to the best of your ability. All right. Good. So what would you say your 3 levels would be, Mr. Dacus? Reply in the chat, man. Peace to the Kings. What's good, chat? Profade Don Omar, my guy. Absolutely, man. Yeah. I've been trying to do a live with him for a while, and then this whole thing with my job got all, it's all good, man. But we gonna do it. OGIT 1917. More responsible fathers, less crime, and good mothers. Yes, I agree with that one. Where's Lux magazine? I'm sorry. Where's Men's Lux magazine? My guy, man. My guy. You gotta let me know about November, brother. You gotta let me know about November. Make sure that you do subscribe to the channel, Kings and Dreams. Get the like button, hit the notification bell. Man, I am vibing with my brother Flyboy right now, man. He's cooking. He's cooking with gasoline, man. He giving you guys some good game here. You guys better take some notes. Take some notes. All right.
No, we already here.
¿Qué lo que, manito? Ya estamos aquí de nuevo. All right, my dude.
You already know.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yep,
sir.
so,
Yes, sir. My Spanish is up, man, so I actually understood that.
that's another thing you can pick up in this off time, man. Pick up that go listen. Force yourself while you're over there every day to learn another sentence in Spanish and use it, or try to go a whole day without using translator when you're over there in Medellin.
Most days, well, okay. So when I talk to my lady out there, I really try not to use the translator app. And I tell her, I'm like, listen, you got to speak slowly because she's like fast. She's fat, you know, she's spicy Latina, you know. Man, she a baddie. Anyway, but let me stay focused. But what I'm saying is, like, she'll say some things so fast, and I'm like, wait. Say it slowly, but then I'll understand. Now, it's a matter of, am I responding with the same, like with the words that I need to use? Right. Sometimes I do jumble it up, but Duolingo. I understand what she's saying, though.
Duolingo.
Yeah. I've been using Duolingo. Shout out to Social Light Skin. He was telling me about this. It's like this Spanish TV show. I can't remember the name of it, but it's on Netflix.
Sorpresa. Yeah, I think you know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's like a drama or whatever, but it's you know it's a little bit entertaining.
But novella.
Is it what?
Novella.
Yes, that's the name of it. That's the name of it. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Okay, so now you mentioned the 3 top things for a high value man. So what would be your 3 top things to avoid to continue being a high value man? And I know it's your birthday. I know it's your birthday, so I don't want to hold you too. Sorry, not to cut you off.
I don't know if it's a top. I don't know if it's like the 3 top things, but 3 things I could think of to avoid is the first one would be I don't want to say, I'm trying to change the word from deceitfulness. Over self-actualization. You don't want to overly boost yourself more than what you are. You know what I mean? Like I had a friend and she was like, she was going to a meeting with other sellers, right? Now everybody, they ask you to list what level of selling you are, right? So she listed, you know, she's like, okay, well, I only sell about 100,000 a year. So I'm going to put 100,000. And her friend said, no, don't put 100,000 because then people are not going to want to converse with you. Tell them you're $1 million seller. They'll never ask for anything. So they never ask for any proof, but tell them you're $1 million seller. So her friend convinced her to over-actualize herself, right? And she said, sure, I'm going to put $1 million seller. She put $1 million seller down. She went to this event with the sellers, right? They put all the sellers into the same, like different tables with different sellers that was in the same class that you wrote. So imagine when $100,000 seller goes to a table of $1 million sellers, and the $1 million sellers are talking about stuff that she can't understand. She doesn't gain anything from that. You don't gain anything from that. So I feel as though that's the same thing. That's one of the first things that can really take you down. If you boost yourself up so high, and then you go. This is talking about women. You boost yourself up so high. Yeah, mommy, I speak Spanish. Yeah, mommy, I go and I got all this money. And then she goes and she's expecting this person. And she may be that high too, but she's expecting this person. And you don't meet up. Now you just threw yourself under the table. When you could have came to her and said, hey, I'm just learning it. I'm just learning Spanish. I'm just a blue collar, white collar worker. I make a decent amount. I can travel. And then she might have respected you and came a different way. And that's one of the first things that you can do. Don't over blow yourself up. Don't over self-acclimate yourself rather. The second thing I would say is, and I don't know, it works for me. I don't know if it works for everybody. Just be truthful. Like if truth, when you tell a woman the truth, it's either going to be a yes or no. But you know, if it's a yes, you win there. You don't have to pretend to be anything else. You don't have to do anything else. All this stuff. If you lie, it's going to be hard for me to conceptualize a person being a high value, because if you're lying to women or lying to the customer, like I said, your value is based on not what you believe your value is, but what the world believes your value is. Because just like when you have a service, my product, the price is determined by the customer, not is determined by what they're going to pay, not what I want to make the price. So it's the same thing when it comes to if my brand or who I am, if I'm lying consistently with that brand, then when people start to equate my brand to being a liar or being someone who is doing stuff just to pander or doing stuff just to get views or stuff like that, well then you may not consider me a high value, because a high value person wouldn't do this. So those are two things I can think of.
Okay, cool. And again, I agree with that. I agree. So don't oversell yourself, and try to be as straightforward and direct as possible. And I'm of the agreement that men who are high value, because I can only speak for the men here. I'm not a woman, but men of high value don't have to lie, don't have to overfabricate themselves.
Right.
And what I like what you mentioned was that it was what you said. So I'm paraphrasing what you said, but basically what I get from what you're saying is that the people are going to determine, your value, right? Because here's the thing, right? Let's say I have a product and I could say, hey, you know what, Flyboy, man, you know what? This is let's, I don't know, let's just say, okay, perfect. Like, my product is so much better than Gatorade. This is the best sports drink in the world.
I was trying to hide a label. I ain't promoted yet.
No, so it's Gucci, but I'm saying like I was trying to think off the cuff anyway, right? But but like you say, like, okay, right, this is the, so I say to you, so I say, hey, Flyboy, this is the best sports drink in the world, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this is better than Gatorade. This is better than oh my God,
Powerade is better than vitamin
water.
water.
Powerade, right? Yeah, Powerade, vitamin water, all of that, right? I'm like, this is the best sports drink in the world. And you're like, Kings of Dreams, no, this is terrible. So like, but I know that that sports drink is not really that good. So why did I waste your time? You get what I mean? And you're like, come on, man. Like you lost credibility with me. If you would have said, now, if I would have said to you, if I would have said, hey, Flyboy, you know what? Test this product out, and I think it's all right, but let me know what you think. And then you say, you know what, this is kind of cool, but it's definitely not better than Gatorade. It's definitely not better than Powerade. It may be something that I will get further down the line. And what I'm trying to drive the point home is that we do not have to oversell ourselves.
Yeah. You take the value of who you are to the world when you over yourself.
Right.
When you
Absolutely. Let me go back to the chat really quickly. Make sure that you do subscribe to my brother Profe Don Omar, Habla Conmigo TV, learn Spanish. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. And we are going to do that live, man. We are going to do that live. Make sure that you subscribe to my brother Double R, Razor Rays. Man, Razor Rays is so bad. Razor Rays arms is like half my body, man. This guy is really built like a freaking wrestler, man. Hey, Razor Rays, man. I'm kidnapping you, bringing you to Medellin. Bringing you to Medellin, man. 22 watching and 7 likes. Come on, man.
I think Razor Rays is gonna end up going to Medellin because from what I'm hearing, I'm getting I get DMs, like I literally get like 60 DMs a day.
Oh wow.
And a lot of people are saying that You know, they really enjoyed Cartagena. They really enjoyed it. But things are getting a bit expensive and it's getting very crowded. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
absolutely.
I think after a while, I think Razor will try giving Medellin a chance again, and maybe he'll look at the guide and get a different perspective on it.
Yeah, man, Razor Rays, as I've talked to Razor Rays offline. He knows that I'm going to be there next month, and I will be in Cali and in Medellin. Razor Rays pull up, and yeah, man. Hopefully, Flyboy pull up too. Shout out to you, Tim Howard. Salute. I know the answer. I know the answer to that, but I'm not sharing. The Blooming Ebony.
Yo.
Hope everyone is well. Good evening, sister. Hope all is well with you.
Melanin popping. Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Subscribe to the guest channel, The Flyboy Way, THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why. Check out his channel. Like and subscribe. Make sure that you hit the notification bell for sure, man. You know, Flyboy is dropping some gems here, man. I know it's your birthday, so we closing up on an hour. So, you know.
I'm going to tell people, man, listen, there's two, like, you gotta invest in yourself. There's two, and I just got my brother Mel just text me. There is two
Tell Mel I said, what up, man?
All right. There's two big things that's happening right now if you're a content creator. And I think I told you.
You did.
There's two big things right now. If you're a content creator, whether you're a guy, whether you're a woman, if you identify as a Black content creator, you have two major opportunities that's happening right now that can get you a big. Those two major opportunities are YouTube Black Voices Fund and Snapchat. Snapchat, I don't understand how it works yet. I think, oh my goodness, I think the July 10th or July 20th is the last day for applications. You're going to have to Google this online. But Snapchat is giving Black creators $10,000 a month for Black creators to express themselves, because sometimes we do get shadow banned, and YouTube Black is giving opportunity to about 135 creators across their platform that identify as Black. And I applied last year, I didn't get it. This year I applied again. And the thing is that it doesn't really matter how many subscribers you have, because last year I had like 30,000 subscribers that didn't get picked, but there were people who had 5,000 subscribers and got picked, who had 1,000 subscribers and got picked. And it's just based on, I guess, what your dedication to your craft. So I would suggest anybody that's watching this video and to look and do your research up on YouTube Black Voices Fund and Snapchat Black creators. I don't recall what his name is, but yeah, I would definitely do research on that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you did tell me, you did send me the information, and it's something that I definitely want to look into. And as you mentioned, whether you have 30,000 subscribers, 20,000, 1,000, whatever it is, you know, I'm creeping up on 500 subscribers.
Listen, and here's the thing. Yes, there are some channels that get subscribers real fast. They may get 1,000 subscribers in 3 months. There are. But let me tell you guys my channel. I've been on YouTube since 2009. I didn't get 600 subscribers until 2017. 2017. I got 600 subscribers. From 2017 to 2018. No, from 2017 to now. Let's say I was on from 2009 to 2017. That's 8 years, right? I only got 600 subscribers. From 2017 to 2022, I got another 40,000. So it really doesn't matter when it happens. If you stay consistent and you stay focused on your channel, it's going to happen. So
absolutely, definitely encouraging, man. And I got brothers like you, brothers like Andre Love Crossing Borders, Zuna Thailand, Tailor Made Dreams, Felicia, showing me support. I see a couple of my brothers, just jumped in here. Big Boss, Real Talk. Shout out to Flyboy Way, Kings and Dreams. Big Boss, Real Talk. Salute to you. My man Los, what's happening, family? Shout out to Kings and Dreams and Flyboy Way. Big up, brother. Big up, man.
Shout out to Big Boss, Real Talk. Shout out to Los. Hopefully, you guys see my video and Tulum and Playa del Carmen with Big Boss, Real Talk, man, and heard the story time. It's crazy out there, man.
Yeah, your story time was wild, man. All right, so Jermon says, I have a blue ocean mindset. The cities I'm hitting up in Colombia are the following: Santa Marta. See, now I'm gonna mispronounce this one.
Bucaramanga.
Bucaramanga. Yeah, what Flyboy said. And all right, and then the next one, I forgot the name of it, but Armenia. Okay, cool. Yeah, so when are you going, Jermon? When are you going, bro? Let me know when you're going, man. But Santa Marta's a nice spot to go, and I have not been to any of the other places, but Santa Marta is nice, man. So check that out. As I mentioned, we are approaching an hour. I know it's your birthday. You got some things you got to do. So, like, where do you want to leave the people off with, man? And obviously let them know where to find you, brother.
I just tell people, listen, yo, this is probably going to be my year in review for next year, for this year. And when I do my years in reviews, if you haven't had 2019, 2020, 2021 year in reviews, at the end of the year, I do a year in review where I bring together everything that happened in that year and the mental thought process throughout the year. Right now, my mental thought process is invest in you. What I mean by invest in you is invest in yourself. Invest time to educate yourself on how to be, I don't want to say a better person, how to achieve things that you desire. Educate yourself on how to control your emotions. Educate yourself on how to build generational wealth. Educate yourself on how to build passive wealth. Invest your time in your business. Invest your time in your YouTube channel. Invest your time in stocks if that's what you do. Invest your time in real estate if that's what you do. The most important thing is that you invest in you, because at the end of the day, I don't want to make this a black thing, but I got to, because I'm a black man in the United States. You can complain as much as you want. And I'm going to look in the camera and tell you guys this. You can complain as much as you want in life. You can try to argue and point out factual things that occur. You can make reasonable suggestions like, hey, why is this happening and this is not happening? But the United States is never going to change. It is the way it is because it's going to be the way it's going to be. What is going to change, or what can change that gets you out of the predicament you're in, is if you change your mental. Because you can't change nothing around you till you change your mental. If you don't change the way you think, you can't change the way you act. You can't change the way you invest. You can't change the way you move in this society. In the past, us blacks in the United States have tried to change people. We try to convince people that Black Lives Matter. We try to convince people that we deserve equal voting rights. We try to convince people. You got to stop trying to convince people. Understand the game that's played. Invest in yourself on learning how to play the game best. And I'll see you guys in Miami in a condo on the water, because that's what I did. I invested in me. Young kid, grew up in North New Jersey, East Orange, went to 9 schools in 12 years. Father non-existent, mother in and out the mental institution. Yo, bro, like I come from the slums. Yes, I had great from my mother. My mother was home. My mother was the best mother, loving mother I could ever have. So that love was always there, and that love got me through the tough times. My grandfather, very educated, business-minded me. So I took the little benefits I had, and I made something greater because I invested in me. I invested in learning. I invested in knowledge. And if you're really dependent on this United States to change, why even waste your time, man? You might as well just I don't know. We're gonna, but that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted people to, check out my channel. You can find me, it's your boy FRE $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why. Just check out the channel. Peace.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, man. Want to shout out Flyboy Way for coming out and on his birthday, man. So definitely happy birthday to you, brother. The most important thing, invest in yourself, do the homework, do the research. You want to build yourself up. You want to build your resources up. You want to build your mental health up. That's extremely important. Very important. Mental health is important. Making sure that you are keeping in check of your emotions. And not to make it a black-white thing, but got to speak from a brother's perspective. If you are not taking care of yourself mentally, it's going to be a big problem, and the world does not care. This world is hard and it's harsh. We have to take care of our mental health. Do your research, get into therapy, surround yourself with people that you can actually talk to, and surround yourself with people that have good energy and people that want to do positive and uplifting things in this world, man. So, like I said, shout out to Flyboy Way. Shout out to the channel, Felicia Jordan. I appreciate you holding me down. Subscribe to Flyboy Way, THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why. Check out the channel, man. But this is Kings and Dreams. So it is KING, the letter Z, N, Dreams, DREAMZ. Follow me on YouTube and on Instagram. Stay purposely purposeful, and I'm out. Appreciate y'all.